Okay, folks, welcome back. Now, I've been getting some comments about some people are kind of fanboys and stuff on certain camera brands. So I want to clear something up. I own many camera brands: Nikon, Panasonic, Sony, Canon, to name a few. And I am going to show what this video is about on stabilization between digital and IBIS. So, I'll come back here and I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll turn. There we go. Okay. So, I have a couple of APS-C cameras. All right, one's a Sony A7CR, which is have an IBIS, and the lens is stabilized also. But then I also have the Z8, which, you know, most cameras have an IBIS and then digital stabilization if the lens doesn't have it, okay? So this one is the Viltrox 20mm and it doesn't have it. But on the Nikon Z50II, the lens is stabilized, but it doesn't have an IBIS. It's all digital stabilization. And I'm trying to make it as fair as possible because this lens, the kit lens, is stabilized. Even the bigger one, which is what, I think 50 to 250 or something like that. So that's even stabilized. I have a Sony A7CR, all right? So that has some IBIS, but it has a digital stabilization. And then on the other full frames is the Panasonic, which I think has the best stabilization out of all of these cameras that I own. And I'll show you why. And I will show it to you also compared to the S9. So let's show you the best stabilization I have right now, okay? And that's this, the Osmo Pocket 3. It's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. It comes with a mic, okay? So if I walk around, everything is stable. I got a wide field of view behind me. The only thing wrong is sometimes my face looks kind of different, you know, with this video, but for, you know, a B-roll camera and stuff, this is excellent. So I can walk around, everything looks stable. The picture quality is okay, it's at 4K 30. That's it. Now, I am going to do all of these tests not on 4K 60, but on 4K 30, all right? So there's no cropping on any of the cameras. And also the fact that I want to make it as fair as possible. So this is just the first part. I'm going to take each camera, walk around like what I did just now, and then also have it in front of me, and as I walk, you'll see me, I'll move like that. That's also a test, okay? There's one test where you're looking at the individual, but the main test is if you're walking and panning to see how well the stabilization is. You don't want to see any shutter moving, you know, like that, where it kind of focuses, stays, and then when you move it, it jumps. You don't want to see anything like that. And if I don't get attacked by my dog, everything should go well. So let's start with the test. And I'll start with the Canon R5II. All right, this is 4K 30. This is the Canon with the RF 16mm. So this is the widest lens I'm using, okay? on the crop sensor cameras, what's going to happen, I'm just trying to make sure it's tight so it's not loose. There we go. It's snug. They got 1.5 crop. Canon has like a 1.6, but this is 4K 30, and I'm holding it, and I'm walking around. Sorry for the sunlight. Now I'm just going to hold it by the grip. How do I look? So you see the wider field of view, I think, looks a lot better. But this Canon has been known to have some wobbly effects on the side. So if I do a twirl, okay, and then if I just walk around, and then you can see my dog. He thinks I want to play with him. You can see the holes that he's been digging. He's making one complete one here. It used to be 2 more, but he made it into 1. That's the big one. I think he's trying to dig on that one also. So, what do you think? Okay? So this has an IBIS. It's not digital stabilized. Okay, 4K 30. I had another camera, RF 16mm on the Canon R8. Digital stabilization only, and it's on enhanced. And I had this in a box to sell. I get a lot of looks, but a couple of people only offered, but they just want to trade. But anyway, I took it out just for this video test. So I'm going to walk around. Now the 16mm, I can feel it focusing all the time. But this is a light camera also. It has no IBIS. That's why it's light. It's smaller. It's a full frame camera. Digital only. No IBIS. Okay. So, with the Z50II from Nikon, and this camera right here, I'll give you one for APSC, one for full frame. The rest have IBIS. So, how do I look? Let's do a twirl, shall we? You see any wobbliness and stuff? So, this is a full frame camera, not APS-C. I'm walking around. Now I'm going to turn it around. This is still a great camera, okay? You just have to worry about a little overheating. And you see, he's been digging around there. You gotta keep an eye on this boy. If you strike gold, I'll let you. And you see, you got him a part of a plant, so he's playing with the stick. He's gonna chew it up. He's a puppy. So you see, this is pretty good. So let's go back to the studio. I hope I'm in focus. This is the Fuji X100VI. This is my 3rd try. I think I got everything in the right exposure. I am walking around again on showing the stabilization on this camera. It's an APS-C, has an IBIS built in. I even have the boost on. Okay. The only thing is this is my 3rd time because of the exposure and then the autofocus. So I'm hoping that I'm in focus. If not, I give up. See, the problem with tilty screens is this one you can't bring it all the way up, okay? And it's not a flippy screen, articulating flippy screen, where you can see if you're in focus or not. You're just guessing. And I'm looking straight in the lens. So, I hope I'm not cut off anywhere. This is an APS-C lens. It's at 35 millimeter, full frame equivalent. So, anyhow, let's do a twirl test for the stabilization. And now I'm just going to turn the camera around. You can see my dog. He wants to walk, he wants to play. See, it looks pretty good. He's a ham. It's getting closer to 8 months old. Okay, let's get back to the studio. This is the second lightest camera, the Leica Q3. A little bit heavier than the Fuji X100VI. See, it looks kind of dark. I do have it in program mode though. It's at 5.6. So I'm walking. How does it look? I'm panning around. And I want to see something. Something changes, yeah. Okay, it's now at f4. That should brighten it up. I had a minus exposure compensation, so fix that. So see, this has a leaf shutter on this camera. It does have stabilization. Now I'm going to walk around and you tell me how well this camera does. Okay, I'm just holding by the tripod, walking, like I've been with all the other cameras. This is the, I thought the S9 or the S5II were the last ones. I added 2 more. So I added the Fuji and the Leica just to round out everything. So I'm stepping up, stepping over, trying not to trip. Blinded by the light. Watch out for the dog so he doesn't jump on me. And now I'm going to do a twirl. See, it's just a simple test. This is just to show you that some stabilization is not good in cameras. Others are better, but I'm giving you a variety of cameras with digital and mainly IBIS built into them. Okay? So this should be enough. Let's go to my ending. Okay, this is a Nikon Z8 with the Viltrox 20mm. Okay? This has an IBIS on too. I'm walking around. I'm going to jump up. So see, most of these cameras, they have good stabilization with the IBIS. I just want to compare it to the digital stabilization, like on the APS-C cameras. And the one that's going to probably take the fall is the Nikon Z50II, okay? Because that's all digital. Now, the S9 is electronic shutter, but it has an IBIS, okay? So I'm hoping I'm in the field of view, because this is a tilty screen, not a articulating flippy out screen. And I'm walking around. So how do I look? I'm walking slow, like normal. Let's do a twirl. And I'm just looking at the lens, as long as I'm not looking at the sun. Okay. These are just quick video clips that I'm putting with each camera. The Z52 with the 16-50 kit lens, digital stabilization and enhance is on. The lens is stabilized, the camera is stabilized digitally only. Okay. Most lenses they don't have an IBIS, they're just digital stabilized, but it works with the camera. It makes it look better. Okay. So I'm walking around at 16 millimeters, which is actually like a 24 millimeter full frame equivalent on an APS-C camera. And I'm just walking around. So you're looking at the edges, any wobbliness on the side, any juddering. And now I'm going to turn it around, and then we'll just pan. So see, it's very important when you're panning, you want to look for any judderness, any thing that sticks. If there's lighting problems, but this is all about stabilization. Let me do a twirl. And this is all about stabilization. And I'm going to walk toward the dog. And that's it. Now for the S9, the last test. This is the Panasonic with the Sigma 20 millimeter. Can you see how wide it is? Now this is a heavier camera. It has a fan built into it. That's why it's heavy. But it's well built. The stabilization is excellent. Okay, this is like top of the line. This, the S9, S5II, S52X, good stabilization. They have the phase detect auto focus system with the DMF, but you know, just walking around, and I'm just holding it by the grip, now on the handle, walking around. So let's do this, and I'm moving it slowly, panning, and I'm walking around. Now you're looking for any juddering, anything around the sides that look kind of wobbly. I'm trying to stay in the shade. And take a look at my dog. But you see, it's pretty stable, but you can see when I'm walking, okay? So let's go to the next one. Okay. Panasonic S9. Yeah, it is recording. I just wanted to make sure. And I'm just turning. Okay. So this is one of the smaller full frame cameras like the Sony A7CR, but this is 24 megapixel camera. Okay. I am going to put another camera in the mix, and that's the Leica Q3. I could put in the Fuji X100VI, but that has an IBIS built into it. So that would work. All right, so there's 2 extra cameras I'm going to add to this. Just walking around. Now I'm going to walk around and vlog. Okay. And the stabilization is pretty good. Nothing is cropped. They're all at 4K 30. The only one that was cropped, I think, was the Nikon. And I was using a 16mm OS or VR lens. So I was using an OSS lens on the A700 also, the 18-135. So I'm walking around, I'm going up and down steps, and you see I'm hitting bumps, walking around. And it looks pretty stable, doesn't it? So let's go to the Q3. Okay, Viltrox f2.8. And this is the Sony A7CR. Stabilization is on. Dynamic active. So a 20mm, I look a little bit bigger. It does have a, I think it does give a crop with the, when you add on the Sony stabilization. Dynamic active, and I think a little crop on the active. But A6700 looked pretty good. So I'm walking around. How do I look? Try to stay out of the sun. Walking as normal as possible. And it's at f2.8, so I hope I'm lit. It looks dark on the LCD screen. The one thing I don't like about the LCD screens on Sony is they're lousy. Okay? You just want to make sure you're in the shot and then walk around. Okay, now turn the camera around. And now I'm just going to pan. So you're looking for any shuttering, anything on the sides, anything that's shaky. I'm going to do a little walking. I just stepped down. So we're looking at the stabilization on this camera. Okay, short video. Okay, enough of this. I have the, in program mode, the Sony at f11. And I'm holding it by the tripod and the handle, which is the battery, goes in. And I'm just moving slowly, okay? And this is 4K 30, 422 10-bit. This is a crop sensor camera. Now I'm going to vlog and just move around a little bit. Now, this is at f11, so I might, it's okay. I was thinking of putting it at the best aperture and aperture priority, but this is middle of the day, the sun is out, so I'm just walking around. And take a look as I'm walking. If you see the body moving or any edges that are becoming kind of shaky, you know, wobbly, that's what you're looking at. So see, this is a Sony APS-C camera. Okay? So that's enough of this. Okay, there's the Leica Q3. There's my dog. I did all the testing. I added 2 more cameras. Okay, I added the Leica Q3 and the Fuji X100VI. I think this one has the best stabilization of them all. And this is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I got the creator combo, so it comes with a mic. So you let me know in the comments what you think, because if you don't jerk it too much, you won't get rolling shutter. If you walk normally or just you sit down your camera and do your vlogging, that's perfect. The only problem with this camera is sometimes the coloring is off a little bit, but the battery too. So, you know, you're limited on battery time, so you're always keeping it charged so you can do the next clip. But anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.